Okay, everyone. I'm just gonna, restart here. Welcome to the, SPS DAOn Hall. We're having a bit of technical difficulties today, but in general, there's a few things we want to go over. I have shared in the chat the basically like this massive tournament overhaul that I've been doing and been working on for the last way too long. It's been a very in-depth and involved process, but I am joined today by the one and only Fat Jimmy, who can I think actually hear me now.
We can hear you, Jimmy.
Yes, all of the Jimmys are together, and yeah, again, apologies guys for technical difficulties. We're trying something different today because if you guys didn't notice, we had a new proposal pass recently that is changing the structure of our tournament formats. And this means that Fat Jimmy is going to actually have to be doing some drawings to help us establish what the two random formats will be. And I was kind of thinking, like, how do you want to do this, Jimmy? Do you want to draw for like, I don't know, maybe like 10 rotations or something? I mean, that's basically like 5 months.
Yeah, I mean, we could jump ahead as far as you want. If it's fun to do this every couple of months or whatever, we could do it often. Or if you want to just set it up that far ahead, I'm fine with that too. Your call. Whatever's easier for you on this.
Okay, just letting everybody know, I restarted the YouTube stream so that we can not have 17 minutes of me monologuing while everybody can't hear me.
Let's do 3 months, and
Yeah,
that's
okay,
probably good. Do it quarterly,
okay.
or
So yeah, so that
roughly.
means like we'll have you draw six different ones, and you know what? I know it's like early and everything for you, and have you had a chance to read over the post with all the like changes that I've been working on for tournaments?
Yeah, I read it last night after I got back from a studio thing, and yeah, I think it's the charts were, I didn't study the charts there, but it seemed like the proportions are changing considerably from the way how things were set up. I had not been on, was not aware that Modern and Wild were not split for tournament rewards previously, and this is all how it had been set up, from the team for years. So it hadn't literally been touched in how long? Since I
Yeah,
guess Aggie set it up years ago. So, but we're immediately going to see a lot more of the reward share going to Modern, which is how it should be. I really like that 50-50 split. I think is very fair and amicable. So we're going to see the Modern reward pool jumping up considerably. And yeah, and I like the addition, more wild going on, not just wild, but the different editions being played. Makes it a lot more fun and challenging and engaging, I think. So I'm looking forward to this.
yeah, and I can tell you one thing, like in an effort to actually, and look, I know a lot of people have been, complaining about, like what this might do to like older valued cards and things like that. Guys, like I want to be clear, like whenever I was redoing the CP requirements, like older cards are definitely gonna be valuable, especially like in that two random format. Beta is the most CP expensive set we have. It's crazy. Like beta is the one where they had like 505 commons to
505
yeah.
com.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like whenever I was doing the math on all these different sets, like I was shocked that beta is the one that like just like throws everything out. But that said, it's not much different than alpha. Like it's a bit higher than alpha, but like those two have some really crazy CP, right? So like whenever you get the two random formats where it's like and just to be clear in case anybody doesn't understand, anything that beta is in, alpha is in by default. And like if beta is in, like that's the CP that's used to calculate as beta because alpha is by default included. But so just to give you guys like an idea, like the entry requirements for like let's say like a rebellion tournament may be like I'm just going to throw out a number to make it easy because I don't want to go through all the charts again right now. But let's just say like it's 10,000 to enter rebellion, right? 10,000 CP for or whatever. And now, if you take like the same, let's say like Alpha, Beta, and Rebellion in the two random format, it's probably going to jump up to like 20,000, right? So like it kind of like favors those older, more expensive CP sets whenever you combine them in the two random format, and I think that's a good thing, right? Because essentially, like, you don't want somebody just to only have rebellion cards and being able to go in and compete in the tournament that is, specifically meant for, like alpha, beta, and rebellion. Now, I know that people already have concerns about like power creep as newer sets come in and things like that, but I think like on some level you also have to consider that like there's like a reverse CP creep too. Like the collection power gets smaller with all these new sets, and in some ways, I do think that that's going to help kind of like protect some of the value in the two random format. Again, like we're trying different things right now. We know what we had wasn't working. We want to try some new things, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is just like I really want you guys to kind of be like open-minded. Let's try it. If it works, if it's like somehow I got all this right on the first try, wow, amazing. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. But that said, we will adjust and change over time as need be. You think
Yeah, I
that
was
sounds
looking
fair?
at that. Yeah, looking at how much was involved actually in the adjustment of tournaments, looking at the charts and, and your breakdown of everything was actually kind of mind-blowing. I think I myself wasn't quite aware of how incredibly complicated it is on the back end to get that stuff to work, which kind of makes me realize that that's probably why it hasn't been touched in 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was complicated, but one of the things, like I said, I spend a lot of time on this, and one of the things that I spend a lot of time on, probably most of the last week, is building out what I can basically just describe as calculators for essentially like everything we have going on, right? What I want to be able to do is every month, like rewards are actually supposed to adjust every month. Like that's, to my knowledge, never really been happening. Whenever I was auditing tournaments, I found out that we were something like 12, 13% under target, and then whenever you further add in the what I call like refund tier prizes, like the bottom half of every tournament was literally just return the entry fees. What actually happened there was we were essentially just taxing rewards. So we were basically like under delivering as per the white paper, and then we were taxing those too because to give out those refund tier prizes, essentially what that means is some portion of the rewards that we're supposed to be giving out are now allocated to refund tier prizes, and you have to pay an entry fee. So basically, like what we were doing is we're taking the entry fees, and then for like half the players, we're just giving the entry fee back, which is rewards we're not actually distributing. So yeah, like I said, there was a lot of thought that went into this. There's a lot of issues that I've seen. Like I go into some of like the exploitative behavior whenever I'm breaking down the post and like what the results are, or like what the thoughts behind the changes are and what the results we can like hope to achieve there. I can already tell you like one thing I've already had to kind of like backpedal on a little bit is whenever I was doing all of these equations and figuring out, like ways to standardize CP requirements and things like that, gold foil, there's not a lot of difference between bronze and silver as far as like the actual CP requirements because of how gold foil legendaries work. So like originally I was thinking, like we'll just have silver, gold, and diamond. And you know what? People did not like that. People really like their bronze gold foil tournaments, and you know what? Fair enough. Like that's something I considered whenever I was creating these. And that's one of the reasons why like I built out these comprehensive calculators. It took me, it might have taken weeks to build all of this, but like it took me maybe 30 minutes to go and change everything and update the post. And we now have a new rotation. We now have new rewards brackets, and people are going to have their gold foil bronze tournaments. So, like I said, guys, I know
That's
that,
good.
there's a lot of
That's good.
change, but yeah,
Bronze gold foil is great. I mean, it gives a lot of access to the gold foil world because you only need one common and one rare for your bronze deck, for gold foil. So it really provides a lot of accessibility for players.
right.
So
And
I
I think
understand that.
I think the issue is like legendaries. So basically, like legendaries from bronze and silver. like they're still just a 1 BCX gold foil legendary,
Yeah.
so it really skews the CP requirements. But that said, people made some very good valid points. It's one of the things that I thought about when doing it is, just throwing all of those bronze players into a silver tournament, even if they have very similar, like entry requirements, is they may not have their commons, rares, epics leveled up, and that's going to put them at a disadvantage from people that have like maxed out gold foil decks. So yeah, I get it. I get it. People want their bronze, gold foils, and it's no skin off my back. Like I said, the reason I was even approaching it from that is because the requirements to enter are so similar. But yeah, it doesn't mean it's the same game. I get it. So like we rolled back on that. I know I've seen some concern about basically I kind of like whenever getting rid of the refund tier prizes, I decided to kind of like shrink the brackets a little bit. Now this will scale, right? So like if we want to do something like say we have 10 novice tournaments instead of 5, we can scale that out and it'll just cut the rewards in half essentially. But like basically we have flexibility to adapt now that we didn't before. It's not going to take me weeks or whatever to go through and like overhaul all this again. The foundation's laid, and like assuming that like let's say that maybe I make it to my 1 year term and it's not renewed, and you guys want to hire somebody else, I'll be able to hand off the basically like the Google account that I'm operating the SPS DAO stuff from, and somebody else could like go in and like take over these sheets. So like it's one of the things that I'm keeping in mind too, and it's one of the things that like I try to always keep in mind whenever I'm dealing with crypto stuff, especially as it pertains to other people, is like like what happens if somebody else has to take over this project at some point. So like I said, there's a lot on my mind whenever I'm working on these things, and I hope everyone will give us a try and see how it works. And like I said, if we need to adapt and change, we will.
That's fantastic. That makes it easier. Like if, for example, people say, "Wow, it's really fun playing these limited edition tournaments. Let's add singles now in a few months." We can just do that easily with your new setup. I
Yep,
like it.
all we need to do is just get the vote out. I've got the CP already calculated for every single set. And yeah, like, and for example, whenever like a new Rebellion only rewards card set gets added, all I have to do is go add them into the chart and then basically just adapt it from there. The groundwork is laid, and it's meant to be flexible so that we can adjust as things go over time.
Some
So let's see. I guess like I started off and I kind of like I'm already like kind of like losing my voice a little bit because I was going on this long like
It
15
took a
plus
while.
minute. Yeah, I was just
Yeah, I
basically
should have
like kind
said
of like
something sooner. I was like, he said he was jumping in, and we're all just kind of waiting.
yeah, I
I
don't know.
realized that's probably what was going on
Yeah,
because
for
there was no green thing on top of the Discord showing you that you were talking, at least on
it's
our
weird
end.
because like on my end it was showing that I was lighting up, and it was like I was even going into the test thing and like I tested my mic and it's like it's showing that it's picking up my mic. But yeah, for whatever reason, yeah. So anyway, like I said, I was kind of like filibustering there for time for like 15, 20 minutes, and
Oh
I
man,
think I talked
that was
myself
probably
out.
brilliant. We probably should have left that on the YouTube stream. That would have probably been
Uh,
the
technically, it's
dream.
still there, but it's probably like a little bit of a hot mess.
That's pretty funny. Keep it in for historical purposes and content. It's probably awesome to
Yeah.
listen to.
Well,
Tons of
I'm
cool
chugging
stuff.
a Red Bull now, trying to stay awake. I'm on the other side of the world, and I try to make these very accommodating for U.S. time. But yeah, like I said, it's been a busy couple of weeks, guys. I'm probably maybe like next month, I'm gonna try to take a few days off in a row. I have this tendency to where I don't know, man. Like I have to like really like make myself take days off, and I'm not saying this
Yeah.
to complain. It's like I like this is literally what I love to do. Like it's what I enjoy. Like this whole thing is kind of like a dream come true to me. But like at the same time, like I'm kind of like killing myself a little bit. So maybe like I said, maybe I will take a few days off in a row or something. Maybe take a little break for a couple days. But it's all good. We're here. We got through the big tournament thing. Um, I can tell you guys, my next big project that I really want to work on is I really want to overhaul our LPs, and I want to basically kind of like get us forward thinking a little bit, right? Like get us into a position to where not only is the DAO like set to where it'll have liquidity in the future after we stop paying for it, but also like how can the DAO start generating some revenue off of these LPs? And it's complicated because there's definitely a lot of people that enjoy, you know, basically just getting money for providing liquidity, and I get it. But that said, I think we have some misaligned incentives, and that's one of the things that like I really kind of like want to dive into next is just kind of educating people on why we need to make some changes, how to become more sustainable as a DAO, and just kind of like creating like a new way forward for us as far as the LPs go.
Oh, we need it. You're right on that. I mean, the crypto space moves freaking fast, and something that was incredibly relevant 2 or 3 years ago might be freaking obsolete right now. So, I mean, just adjusting to suit the modern crypto space would be fine. We're not getting rid of LP incentives. It's just fixing them to go with the times, right? Like we want to get on Polygon. There's new chains we need to get involved in. It's just a readjustment.
That's actually so I haven't really talked about this a lot because it's a lot of stuff that I'm working on, kind of like in the background to again, lay groundwork for future progress. But I can tell you guys, if if the things that I'm working on that I haven't really been talking about in regards to LPs pan out, we will basically be set up to roll out to pretty much like any new EVM chain we want. That said, I had PJ on a couple weeks ago, and he kind of like talked about some of this stuff with you guys. We have to modernize our strategy. The strategy we have is outdated. It doesn't work for basically growing and attracting the attention that we want, more or less. So we have to adapt. We have to get with the times. And like I said, I don't want to waste too much time on this because I need to do some deep dive posts, and I have a lot of work to do to get that ready to share, kind of like I did with the tournaments. Like that, like I said, it's been a lot of work, but now that it's like out there, I think it's in a pretty solid place for people to comprehend it. And my goal is to do something similar with LPs. Like, here's a game plan. Like, we can vote on it, and if we vote on it and people approve it, then here's how we'll move going forward.
Awesome. Looking forward to that one for sure.
Let's see. I just realized, there's so many technical difficulties trying to do all this. I used to do streaming on a desktop, but let's see. Deuce says it's like the same thing. 3 months, then each month will reveal one more month ahead. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and I will switch over to the other screen, Jimmy, so you can do the drawings. Are you ready on your end?
Yeah, we're ready to go here. Let me do the same. Let's jump onto. So you want me to jump into the Google Meet? I'm there. I'm live.
Yeah, I see you. Okay, guys, so we're still going to be talking in Discord. You'll still be able to hear it on YouTube, but I've got to get Jimmy's camera feed to where he's going to be doing the drawing.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay,
We want
Jimmy, mute
Yeah.
your mic on the Google
Google.
stream. Yeah.
Okay, it's muted.
Okay,
My
so
my camera's on.
yeah, okay, I see you. I think we got the mic sorted. Let me switch screens, and you guys will be able to see the one and only Jimmy. And we'll do the drawing, and I will take some notes so that I am ready for to actually incorporate these things.
Yeah, let me hit this. Present.
Okay, guys, there we go. We got a Jimmy on the screen.
Hey, hey. All right. Let me be doing the presentation here. Can you see my screen as well?
Well, I can see your face.
Oh, nice. Well, let me get my
There we go. I see the presentation, so I can
nice.
see. Yeah.
Let me get my picking hat here. My Splinterlands picking hat. All right. Well, yeah, there it is. So, I mean, we've got, you want to double check? We've got all the additions over here.
Okay, so let's see. We should
There's
have
nine.
alpha. We should have alpha, beta, um, untamed, chaos legion, and rebellion. Now, to be clear, chaos legion and rebellion is not a valid two random set because we have modern. So if you draw chaos legion and rebellion, I'm going to ask you to draw again. That said,
Well, I've got it set up. Check it out. It's paired. I have nine
oh,
pairs.
okay. Yeah, okay. Nine pairs is the option then, because alpha, beta can
Yeah.
be together. Alpha and any set can be together. Then beta and any set besides, But alpha's included. Okay, cool. But yeah, like nine is what I had on my. Okay, cool. So you did it like that. I will
Yeah, for
take
display
notes.
purpose.
So we're gonna
Excellent.
draw. We're gonna draw six, right?
Is it six per cycle? Is that how it works?
Well, if we're gonna do a quarter, then that's two per month, so 3 months.
Oh, you mean six altogether? Six sets of nine right
Yeah.
now?
So, do you have any ground rules in mind? Like, are you gonna not do back to back or anything like that, or
Yeah, we should
just?
not do back to back here. So, okay, so we're getting each cycle has six of these. Is that what you said?
Yeah. You know what? What we could do is you burn one out of it. Like, so, like if one gets drawn, it
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be drawn again.
I'll pull it
Okay.
out.
Okay. Cool.
Absolutely.
So yeah, then
And then I'll
you
just
just
copy this.
yeah you start
Okay.
going, and I will record what you tell me to record.
Okay. Okay. So we're doing six spins, and that's how this works. Okay. That's cool. All right. Here's the first one. Let's roll. Chaos and Alpha. Nice. That's a nice, weird one to start everything off. I like that.
Yeah, that should be fun.
So let me pull that off of there. Remove. Okay. So you're recording as we go. We're good, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Can I do
recording the
a minute
stream and
long?
I'm taking notes so that I know what to make.
Let's do this here. Double the spin time to give it a little more suspense. That was quick. All right, here we go. Number two. Chaos and Beta. Chaos and Beta. Another fun, exciting combo.
Interesting, interesting. So chaos,
Interesting.
alpha and chaos, and then beta and chaos get drawn back to back. So
Yeah, that is
interesting,
interesting.
interesting.
Is that
Uh,
too close? Like,
well,
is that too close
I'm
to
wondering,
do
is
something?
untamed and chaos coming next?
Maybe. I mean, should we just roll with this or should
No,
we
no, keep
change
going,
it
keep
up?
going. Like I
We
said,
said no back to back. Okay, we're doing random
well,
here.
they're not back to back, but well, alpha is included with beta, but yeah, like so that was the rules. Just nothing can be
Yeah,
drawn twice. Those are two valid options.
and I am taking those out. So as we go, so we remove that one. Okay, here's the next one.
I like how you got old Smoky Joe in the middle there. Ooh, is that Rebellion and Untamed?
It is Rebellion Untamed. Very cool. I'm really excited to try these combos out.
Yeah,
These look
just
like
wait
a lot
until
of
you
fun.
get like Kitty Mantaroths going.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, we pulled that out. So that's three. Let's go to four. Oh, yeah. Old modern.
Oh, Chaos and Untamed.
Oh, it just slows down. I like how it drags out at the end just in case it creeps over to the next one.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's
Yeah.
the old modern revisited.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's interesting. So we've got Rebellion and Untamed. It's the only Rebellion. It's interesting, man.
Nice. So that was 3 or was that 4?
That's 4. We got 2 more to
2
go.
more? All right. Let's
Well,
remove
see, this
that.
is interesting because it also means that there's going to be 3 that aren't chosen. So hopefully,
Well, I was wondering,
I think
yeah.
it's cool because that means it's not guaranteed. Like it's random. That's what it should be.
Right. And I was wondering if we should save those to be the first 3 next time or just do batches of 6 like this or
Yeah, I
do
mean,
9.
I think
Do a
there's got to be some
cycle.
chance in it, right? Like there's got to be some chance. That's
Mhm.
the whole point.
Yeah, kind of keep it exciting. We could also just keep it going, do 9 in a row until
Yeah, if you want, that'll be like 4.5 months worth.
yeah, yeah. But that works though, and that keeps everything in a flow like that.
Okay,
Random is
cool.
fun.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see. So number 5. Nice. Oh, don't go over. No, and it goes over.
Damn.
That's still cool. Rebellion
Nice.
and Bade. That's awesome. Okay. Now we're on to number 6.
Who's dropping next, guys? Are we gonna make it to the next one? Yep.
Untamed Alpha. Nice. That's another cool one I've been very much looking forward to. Untamed and Alpha. What's that leave us left? Alpha Beta, Untamed and Alpha, Rebellion Alpha.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Alpha Beta, I think is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. And that's something we've never really had except when Beta was the modern set. Just that, basically a beta set by itself.
Jimmy, are you wearing like a skull cap? Like what's going on, buddy?
Yeah. Let's see. I
you,
can't see my screen on here, but
you're ready for war. I
I
see.
did. This is my tournament pick and Splinterlands hat right
You just
here.
had to get ready for battle in case somebody ran in and tried to interfere with your drawings.
That's right. Or all the salt that gets thrown at you.
Yeah.
Got to block it.
Nice.
Cool. Well, and we did I think we should probably keep going because we did say we would cycle through.
Yeah, screw it. Let's
You
go.
know. So let's keep them rolling here. So then we get a full cycle of everything in random
I think
order.
it's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's make this a little more fun here.
What's going on?
Changing the wheel. We
Oh
got the
God.
clay golem
Oh
in there.
no, not the clay golem. Looks just like me.
With a sombrero from the way it's situated there.
Is it rebellion? Oh no. We're going untamed beta.
Untamed beta.
That's old modern.
Yeah, that actually is. That was the thing at one point. That's kind of cool. Okay. We got 2 left. We got alpha beta. Oh, look at that. We have the very first possibility and the very last possibility. We got the bookends of everything right here. That's kind of cool. All right.
I guess this is our last drawing then, right? Because
Yeah.
you can't draw with only one, right?
Maybe you could. If we could, I'll do it.
just for the lulz.
Alpha Beta. That makes me think of anyone remember Revenge of the Nerds, that movie from the 80s? Brilliant
Oh
film, and
yeah.
it stands the test of time. Where when all the cheerleaders were going, ooh, ah, Alpha Beta, ooh, ah, Alpha Beta.
Uh,
Brilliant. Brilliant comedy. Anyone who has not seen Revenge of the Nerds, highly recommended.
Man,
Okay.
there's people out there that haven't seen Killer Tomatoes either.
Oh my God. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's another one.
Well,
I
let's
don't know if
see.
that one's
Can we spin the one option?
we could
Just
spin. Let's see. Last one.
who's gonna get it? It might be Alpha Rebellion, but nice, nice.
Do we get the confirmation? Yep. All right. Rebellion Alpha.
Sweet.
There it is.
I'm gonna kill the Google Meet and go
Yeah, I'm
back
gonna
over to the
stop sharing
Discord.
that. Okay. Excellent.
Okay, guys. So
All right. Read that
hopefully
out.
you enjoyed our first live drawing of the two random formats, and hopefully it met everyone's expectations. It was pretty exciting for me because I never get to do any crazy stuff like that on these streams.
So read that out. What do we have in order for the tournament structure now?
Okay, let's see. In order, we have Alpha and Chaos starting. We have Chaos and Beta second. We have Rebellion and Untamed third. We have Chaos and Untamed fourth. Rebellion and Beta fifth. Untamed and Alpha sixth. Untamed and Beta seventh. So and then we go to Alpha Beta after that, and Alpha Rebellion last. So actually, it's interesting because one of the things that I remember like you talking about, and I think Biz talking about was whenever you have to pull like alphas and betas off land to be competitive. Well, you've got Untamed Alpha, Untamed Beta, and Alpha Beta all back to back right there. So like, and
Hmm.
then it goes straight into Alpha Rebellion. So, like, well, I think we got a pretty decent spread. So if you want, like, actual competition for, not keeping your cards on land, I mean, there's, like, maybe a 1 month period there that's, let's see, yeah, it looks like month two doesn't have alpha or beta involved, and every other month you're going to need alpha or beta, well, or both, since alpha is included in all the betas. So
Yeah.
there is some viable alternative to just sticking everything on land, and I think that's part of the point of this, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see at a point where I want to, literally pull all my old cards off of land for tournament use. I would love to be faced with that option there.
Yeah,
And
and
you just,
I think the way we're doing this now, 10% of the reward pool may not seem like a ton, but like keep in mind we had people playing Rebellion only tournaments or Chaos only tournaments before that, and they were only getting like 2% of the reward pool. So I think the way we're doing this is worth a shot, and if we want to adjust rewards later, or we want to change formats again, all it's going to take is a vote. Most of the groundwork is laid, so we should be more nimble in the future. But
So how
guys,
long does a cycle last for? So if we have like Rebellion Untamed, how long does that go on for?
so
Is that one
previously we had a
loop?
14-day cycle, and we were gonna have a 14-day cycle again, but people wanted me to add the gold foil bronze back in, so I padded it out a little bit, and we now have a 16-day cycle. So essentially, a month is 32 days for our intents and purposes here. But I think it'll work.
So like how many like champ level events of that particular, so if it's Rebellion Untamed, how many champ level tournaments would we see of Rebellion Untamed in a cycle?
Well, hang on a second. I'll switch back over to my handy dandy post that I made that I was this is what I was monologuing about whenever I guess ran my voice out. Let's see. Let me scroll on down here, and the two random format. Let us see. The two random format is the last one.
I'm looking at it now.
Let's see. We will have, for regular foils, we will have two novice, two bronze, two silver, one gold, and one diamond. And for gold foil, we will have one bronze, one silver, one gold, and one diamond. So, yeah, like
Okay,
there
cool.
is
So
some
one.
decent prizes there.
Cool. Nice. So one every 2 weeks we get basically one of each.
Yeah, and now look,
It gets
I
the
don't
lower
know,
level. That's
I,
cool.
I
Yeah.
don't know how much, like how many people we expect to be entering these. So I've
Yeah,
kind
we're
of like
testing this.
right. So like I looked at alpha tournaments, alpha only, and I kind of tried to extrapolate from there what I think would be a fair way to do the brackets. And what I did is for two random to start off. Regular foil will pay to 32 places, and gold foil will pay to 16 places. Now, again, guys, I realize this is, a lot of these things may look a little different than what we were doing, but keep in mind you won't be paying to enter tournaments anymore, so you're not going to lose anything there. And also, we're not doing refund tier prizes, so the prizes that actually are awarded are more substantial, and we don't have to like draw them out as far because they're actually there's no risk of like loss from the entry fee. Um, like I said, I'm not married to this. If it turns out that we're, like for example, in two random regular foil, we're paying out to 32 places. Let's say we have 100 people joining this tournament. Like I can, I'll read the room, I'll make the adjustments. Maybe we'll go to 64 places. That said, like these are tournaments. They're supposed to be competitive. It's not supposed to just be a handout. Everybody come in and get a consolation prize. That's what we were trying before. And what
Everybody
happened?
gets a trophy day.
Yeah, but and like, look, like I get the mentality. We want more people participating. What we don't want is more people looking for ways to just exploit it and drain our system, which is what we were kind of dealing with before, right? There was no real risk. You just join, you run as many accounts as you can, and as long as they get a draw, they break even. And if they get a win, they usually make money. So all you have to do is get more wins and draws than losses, and you're in the profit basically. And we were seeing that a lot. Um, I think that this will be more meaningful. We'll actually see more SPS get into actual players' hands. And like I said, if we miss the mark, if we have to start over, we have to make adjustments. It's no problem. The calculators are built. We will adapt as need be. And like I said, this is already set to scale. All I have to do is change the number of tournaments. It will recalculate everything. It'll recalculate the payout brackets, and I can go and adjust from there. So guys, just I'd say be open-minded. Let's give it a try. If it works out, great. If we need to change some things, we will. But I am dog tired, and I gotta go to sleep here shortly. So
Plus,
yeah,
you had the 15-minute solo at the beginning.
yeah, man, it's like I said, I've been staying
That was
up.
your sprint.
Oh,
That was your sprint that took it all up, and we didn't
yeah,
even hear it.
yeah. Well, it's recorded on YouTube, so if you want to hear it, but yeah,
Yeah, we should keep it on there. I'd love to hear that. Your original.
sweet. Well, guys, thanks for coming out. I know, I know we had some technical difficulties to get started. I will, you know what, I will leave up the false start for the memes for, a little bit, and if we have to, I will delete it if it just gets confusing. But
So is this
yeah,
on a Splinterlands YouTube channel, or is there
no,
our own down hall?
we have the SPS DAO YouTube channel now.
Okay, make sure I have that marked. Cool, excellent.
Yep. Well, thanks for coming out, everybody. I will try to do another one of these probably in 2 weeks. I think in 2 weeks is the first Friday. But yeah, like I said, I gotta get some sleep. It's been a crazy few weeks dealing with all this tournament stuff, man. There's been so much like fighting, so much bickering.
Well, and so much
It's
math. Honestly, the breakdown
yeah, yeah.
on the back end is amazing to actually see what goes into all that. And I like the new direction, the new collection power. Not everyone gets a trophy. You're going to see a lot more competition now to get those top places, which is kind of cool, kind of as it should be. And we'll see how
Yeah,
it
I
goes.
mean, like I'm kind of curious to see, are we gonna start seeing people bragging about their big tournament wins again? You know, are we gonna start seeing some fierce competition? I really hope we do, man. I really hope this works. And like I said, guys, worst case scenario, if we fumble for a month or something and we have to try again, I'm not. To me, it's much better to try and do something than it is to just keep doing something that's not working because it's easy. And that's one of the reasons why I started this whole process. Is like it's something that like I've been advocating for like as a team member previously. It's something I've probably been discussing and like advocating for some change for like the last 2 years, and I'm now in the position to kind of like educate the DAO and hopefully enact some real change here. And well, we'll see, man. Like I said, I'm not promising it's gonna work, but I'm optimistic, man. I think we got some good foundation here, and if we need to adapt, we will.
Yeah, it's amazing. You could really understand with how much work was involved in restructuring everything and redoing collection power and all that stuff. I could see why the team just didn't get around to it. I'm not saying, hey, that's great. I'm just saying, yeah, that makes sense why, there were other priority things in their mind, and that was a tremendous amount of work. So nice that we finally have someone doing that specifically and we can move forward with it.
Yep. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go crash. I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off if nothing else, because I've got to catch up on sleep, man. I've been staring at spreadsheets until my eyes burn every night for like the last week, and
Nice.
it is what it is, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to complain. I just like I got to at some point like take a little bit of a break because I don't want to burn out, you know.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I hear you. Well, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy's. Bye to all the other
And all the
Jimmys.
Jimmys that are still here.
A good Jimmy to all, and to all a good Jimmy.